Welcome to Gulfstream today. It's Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak. And, of course, if you're a horse racing fan, you know it's Haskell Day. We're having the Triple Crown winner, American Pharoah, will be running a little later on. And you can watch and wager on it right here at beautiful Gulfstream Park. But we got an 11-race card, and we got a really nice carryover building in the Rainbow Six. $100,000 plus. So they are going to hammer this thing today, Katie.
Absolutely, Ron. That's even without a guarantee. That is just such a nice sum of money. They've been getting close. We've been having some singles, but nobody's been able to pull it off.
Right.
So we'll see how close they get today.
Yeah, they hit the Super High Five and the Pick Five and everything, so we're dealing with the Rainbow Six as a carryover today. And as we mentioned a little later on, we got the Haskell, but we want to see what else is tweeting around the country. And one of the things is what we had here going on yesterday was the old dunk tank. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of jockeys really stepped up and went in that dunk tank. Everyone was trying to get them, and it was just for a great cause, really.
Yeah, and it was all around the country, too, so it's just a great day. It's the National DGF Day, you know, and it's just a fun day. It's permanently disabled jockeys fun. So it was a fun day, and the jockeys stepped up big time and everything. So, like I say, hey, we got a celebrity running a horse here in race number 6 today.
Yeah, Julie Durda from Channel 10. She is quite the local celebrity, and she's been caught by the horse racing bug. She has a couple runners, and she's always sharing photos of them. And she's got Gotcha Key running today later on, and Ron and I will talk about that race later, but I like her today.
Yeah, I do. I put her on top, too, and Julie's probably very happy about that, and she's the weather person on WPLG Channel 10, I believe it is. So a lot of fun for Julie. She's really a great fan. If you're here, come out and see her. Third thing we want to talk about is, there's a horse running today called American Pharoah, isn't it?
Yeah, we mentioned him, but I thought this was the greatest tweet. They're saying American Pharoah lives. This is from just a regular radio station. It's just nice to see horse racing in the spotlight and transcending just our own local realm.
And one thing I want to mention before we go to today's card, you know, with the Disabled Jockeys Fund, if you weren't able to come here and, you know, knock some jockeys into the water, you can always text 50555. That's an automatic $10 contribution. Great cause. All you do is hit yes. So text 50555. So, good cause.
I've done it before. It's very easy to do, and it is a tremendous cause. But before we get into today's card, let's take one more flashback, because we had a pretty nice stake race here yesterday.
Yeah, the Triniberg, and boy, it turned out to be a fun race through the stretch.
It did. You didn't really know who was going to get there, but it looked like Falling Sky had a pretty good amount left in the tank, and he did. He wins a stakes race here in his second start for trainer Marty Wolfson. Just holds off Letical, and Grand Shores, of course, always running his heart out late. But it was a very exciting finish, and another win for Harry Hernandez. I believe he had 3 wins yesterday.
Yeah, Letical was closing. I thought he might get there. Jose Ferrar in to ride that horse yesterday. Turned out to be a really fun race, and Falling Sky, you know, he's a good horse. He's a grade 1 stakes place. Had trouble in his last race. We showed that on our show yesterday. He broke through the grade before his last race, and then came back and showed his class today by holding on to win to win the Triniberg. Now we will get to today's card, and it's 5 furlongs on the turf. Claimers, fillies and mares 3 and up. Non-winners of 3 races in life, and we're going to have 8 runners in this field. But we want to go back and show you a video of a horse, Trio of Mischief.
I put this horse right on top, Trio of Mischief. Some nice value to start the day at 8-1. Take a look at how wide this horse gets caught last time out. And it was in a $25,000 optional claimer. Trio of Mischief, not going to finish all that great, but didn't really have much luck on her side. And again, this was in a much tougher race. So I think with the class drop today, she could be a really nice price in this opener run. You didn't use her, and you did use a horse that I was really close to using. So tell me a little bit more about Roxy Lucy.
Well, Roxy Lucy will try and make it 2 in a row. She responded last time out to the surface switch with a commanding 2-length plus victory against $16,000 2 lifetime claimers. Wesley Ward is the trainer. He's really good with his turf sprinters, 29%, and he's got apprentice John Cruz in the saddle. So I thought I would jump on that bandwagon again and put that one right on top. In second is the morning line favorite that you have in second and I have in second, and that's Pure Crazy Luck, who's stepping up to this $16,000 level after returning from about an 8-month layoff to finish second. It was against $12 $12,500 three lifetime claimers at the distance. Jenna Antonucci, Eddie Castro stepping up. A little bit of a shaky call for me.
A little bit, but she should be fitter today, second start back from the layoff, and she's never finished off the board in 6 career starts. I think maybe a user in a fun exacta try to get some value there, but yes, I wasn't sold putting her right on top.
And you also used the number 8 in there, Fly to the Sky.
Cutting back in distance today for trainer Efren Loza Jr. He is 40% with the turn back. That was the angle that I liked here. You capped the ticket with the 4, Run, Gia, Run.
Yeah, just hoping to save something more for the stretch run. You opened an early 8-length lead last time out. Was out there cruising before weakening to finish third against $8,000 condition claimers going 7.5. I think the turn back to 5 furlongs might be key. This horse was on an 8-length lead going around 2 turns. You never know. Turning back might be able to steal the opening. So a wide open affair. Like Katie's pick right on top. Start the day with a little bit of a long shoulder. We like to call it a mid shot. Second race today, 7 furlong claimers, 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, 16,000. Select field of 6 runners. I went with the 3. All my memories on top, and you went with number 1, and that is Blackwater Charlie.
Couldn't take the mid shot this time around. I went with the 2-1 second choice. This is a distorted humor gelding. Gonna make the turf to dirt move today for trainer Jenna Antonucci. Showed speed and faded on the grass on July 19th, but in his previous 2 starts, he was running in $50,000 optional claimers. This is a big class drop, and I think he just finds an appropriate level today.
Well, anybody that's followed my analysis over the years knows I'm a sucker for horses showing speed on the grass going long, turning back to 7/8 of a mile on the main track, and that's exactly what number 3, All My Memories, is doing. Drop it to the $16,000 level, as I mentioned, turning back to 7/8 on the main track. First starts and showing speed, weakening late, and back-to-back $30,000 claimers going around 2 turns. Mike Petro, good with the turf to dirt dirt angle in this race, so I like that move, and it's just been one of my favorite moves. A lot of people think this horse is going to be on the lead. Most of the times when they win, they secure a stalking position. So I put the number 3 right on the top of my ticket. You got it in second. Did not use the morning line favorite, and you used the number 6 horse too in here, and that is
Rocket Star Red. You used him as well, and I think he figures in here to a degree. He's going to make his first start for the Randy Prasad barn today. Hasn't run since finishing 3rd for Patricia Faro back in February at the $12,500 level. He may need a race, but I also think that's kind of a lateral move considering that last race was during the championship meet.
Yeah, and I also threw in the number 2, Tell Me a Joke, solid in defeat. He broke from post 10. He rallied 12 last time out. He rallied to finish 3rd against 12-5 condition claimers. A horse that I think could run okay in that spot. So we'll see if the morning line favorite gets it done in there, or my old turf to dirt angle comes to fruition. 3rd race today, 7.5 furlongs. Back on that turf course. If I didn't mention it at the beginning of the show, the main track is fast. The turf course is firm. These are claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, non-winners of 3 in life, or straight 3-year-olds. And you went with the number 4 in here, turf fast, and I was going back and forth to use this horse. I didn't end up using it, but I can understand why you did.
Well, whenever I don't use this horse, she wins. So I'm hoping I can get on and get right today with this one. She's the only 3-time winner in the field, so that's what kind of sold me. Coming off a win at this level and distance on July 19th. That was her first start off the claim for trainer Aubrey Mirage. And what I liked most was that the 2nd place finisher in that race, Pinsy's Prize, came back to win here on Thursday, but I do really like the horse that I have in second that you put right on top, and that's Rose Graciela.
Yeah, stepping up to the next logical level after posting her 2nd consecutive turf victory at the distance when she defeated $10,000 2 lifetime claimers last time out. So certainly on a roll in there. To me, looked like the logical choice. Did not use the 4. Then you used the number 1 on the inside. So festive on your ticket.
I'm just going to throw out her last start. Prior to that, she posted 2 very strong efforts here. Was 3rd and 2nd, beaten less than 2 lengths each time.
I'm liking this today. We got some different selections. It's a lot of fun. I also used the number 5, Just Call Me Money. This one is stretching out to 7.5 furlongs again after a rough outing against Similar. That was at 5 furlongs in which she lacked room in the upper stretch, and she still managed to finish 3rd. She was beaten less than 2 lengths in this race. Wesley Ward is the trainer. He's got apprentice John Cruz in the saddle, and if you go back and look at this horse, did not really really have anywhere to run in that particular race. So I thought I'd put it on the ticket. Don't know what it is on the morning line. I believe it's 6-1, 5-1 or 6-1 on the morning line. So another wide open affair, and we'll see how we're doing. Katie and I are going to have a good battle today against our top picks. Let's go to race 4, 6 furlongs. Maiden claimers 3 and up, $10,000. Please note that the number 8 horse is a gelding. That's number 8 is a gelding, and I think this horse here, that we're going to talk about and show voter turnout was the one to beat. Then I look at the morning line and see he's the even money morning line favorite, so we'll show you why.
Yeah, that's quite a price to open up on the board, but I can understand. This was him last time out. This is from July 17th. Angles out at the quarter pole, and he's going to run on to finish second. He's beaten a length and 3/4, but this was his very first start over a fast main track, and I thought that was something that he could build off of. You see, he still hasn't even switched leads here. I think that probably would have helped him in the stretch of this race. It was also his first start since October, so we'll see if he'll be better.
Yeah, even money, he looks like the one to beat, but even money, a horse making his second start over about a 9-month layoff, I don't know about that. I think he's the one to beat without a doubt. I did pick him, and I think he's the one to beat absolutely, but I don't know about that even money, but sure looks good in there. I also used, and you did too, the One Purple Panda plunging to this $10,000 level after showing some early interest and weakening when finishing a distant 5th. But that was against $25,000 maidens going 7/8 of a mile. Juan Rodriguez, Miguel Vasquez, his son of Tail of the Cat.
I think the turnback is going to help him as well, in addition to the class drops. So another one that you should have somewhere there if you're going to make an exotic wager here of some kind, playing the early pick 4. I threw in the 6 El Catracho. Also, he's making the cut back from a mile and a 16th in his 3rd career start, so I liked him.
Yeah, and I just threw in Roy Air, third when sprinting at this level back in June, so I thought off that performance. I throw him on the ticket, but, with that said, voter turnout is certainly the one to beat.
Yeah, we make the picks before we see the morning line at all, right. So we don't know. We see the morning line, and then we're not so sure, but really just looking on paper,
he's
you like him.
Yeah, absolutely the one to beat. Let's go to race number 5 today. This is the penultimate race before the Rainbow Six. 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Claimers 3 and up, non-winners of 3 in life, or straight 3-year-olds. Going to have a full field of 9 runners going to the post. I went with the number 5 horse in here. You have in second Tiger Bourbon, but you went with the 3 Havermeyer Street. And on paper, we're talking about looking at things on paper. I think Havermeyer Street might be the one to beat.
Yeah, we've got our exacta flip-flopped here. I liked Havermeyer Street. He's looking for his 3rd straight victory for trainer Howard Mills. Hasn't finished out of the money since dropping to this level back in May. Swung out 6 wide and just ran everybody down last time. That was on July 4th. I thought that was a really visually impressive performance today. Luca Panici's going to pick up the mount today, and I always love how he rides on the grass.
Yeah, he's a 2-time winner on the 2 of 5 on the turf course and a 3-time winner overall, so certainly the one to beat, as I mentioned. But I went with number 5 Tiger Bourbon, dropping to this $12,500 level, turning back to 7.5 furlongs again after showing his usual good early speed before weakening during the stretch run. He's the son of Big Brown. Apprentice Harry Hernandez handling the class relief this afternoon. I just thought dropping to this level, this horse with the speed, the tactical speed, might be able to do it. And we're sort of in agreement in our top 2. Used the number 7 in 3rd, Roll on the Navo, another horse I've been chasing for I don't know how long.
Yeah, he was a 5.5 length winner. 2 back. Last time out finished 3rd over a surface labeled as good. I think he'll be better on a harder, firmer surface today.
Yeah, and I threw in the 8 Dominators, turning back to 7.5. He broke from post 12 last time. He dueled for the lead. Got beat 4 lengths. It's Terry Pompey, Tyler Gaffleone in the saddle, so a horse you might want to take an extra look at when you're putting your ticket together. I think he's 6-1 on the morning line. Let's go to race number 6 this afternoon. Rainbow Six time, $100,000 plus in the pool. Last 6 races on the card, only a 20-cent wager. What a popular bet that has turned out to be, especially here at Gulfstream Park. 6 furlongs, claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, $6,250. Scratch their 3, Gran Suente, and here's the horse we were talking about from owned in part by Julie Adruda, and that is one Gotcha Key.
Yeah, she's one of 2 Jose Garofalo runners in here. I like them both. I think she's very well spotted. Dueled on the inside, finished 4th in her first start off the claim for trainer Jose Garofalo last time out. The only other horse really with a threatening speed is the other Garofalo runner in here, and that's the way Bell is. I don't think he's going to let them run each other into the ground, and I like this one.
You would hope not. I have got you keep for all the reasons Katie mentioned, but I split him with the 10 horse in here, the 9 horse, the way the Bell is, with Dichosa, who's dropping to the $6,250 level after getting parked 5 wide in the turn and finishing 5th. That was against 12-5, 2 lifetime claimers at the distance. Rohan Cretan has got Jonathan Gonzalez handling that outside post this afternoon. But the way the Bell is, I believe, has to be on your ticket after facing winners last time out. When facing winners today.
Yeah, she's facing winners for the first time. Was impressive when breaking her maiden last time out. Only reason I gave the edge to Gotcha Key was because she already had that experience with winners.
Well, let's go to race number 7 today. 1 mile on the turf. Maiden claim is 3 and up. $12,500. If you should get knocked out in the Rainbow Six, which we hope you don't, and even if you are alive in the Rainbow Six, this is where the pick 5 starts. 50-cent wager, very popular bet. It's our last 5 races on the card. Scratch the number 3, Donnell Spirit. Also scratch 12, 13, 14, and 15. So please note, also eligible, number 11 will get in the race and will partake this afternoon. And we both have the number 4, Road Warrior Max, on top of our ticket.
We went some different ways earlier in the card, but looks like we're getting back on the same page because we've got our trifecta identical here. Road Warrior Max is going to make the dirt to turf move for trainer Douglas Potter. He was 3rd against $25,000 maiden claimers on the dirt last time out on July 11th, but was only beaten a length and a quarter, 3rd again in his lone start at this distance on the grass. Taking a good class drop, getting back on this surface, I had to put him on top.
Yeah, you know, I agree with all the things you said there. Both his previous turf performances, I believe, were good enough to beat this level of competition. Number 7, Whitfield's return, will try to stretch his speed to the wire. He broke from the rail last time out. He went up and set the pace. He weakened late to finish 4th at the same level and distance. Always a danger when you got, speed in a type of race like this.
And I like that he's a little bit more inexperienced. This is just his 3rd career start, and hasn't reached a ceiling yet.
Right.
We also both used Untie the Knot. He's returning from a 2-month freshening today, but he's also taken a class drop. And as a son of Leroy DeCenemo, he probably is the best turf pedigree of this group.
Yeah, and then ridden today by Harry Hernandez, as we mentioned earlier, won 3 races yesterday. So Harry Hernandez riding in great form for a good-looking apprentice. Let's go to race number 8, 5 furlongs, maiden special weight, 2-year-olds. And we want to go back and show you the horse that Katie has right on top. I have in second, and that is 5, Golden Pirate. This race back from July 19th.
Well, you're going to take a look at Golden Pirate here. He kind of gets in a little bit of trouble. Watch the jockey here have to steady pretty hard when he runs up on the heels of the front runner there. He's going to end up finishing 2nd in this race, which I thought was a pretty good effort. And the second time that he ran 2nd in his 2 career starts, he finishes behind Bay Runner here. I guess we're just going to show the race through,
right,
who I thought was pretty impressive that day, and I liked. 2 starts back, he was 2nd behind Fellowship, who ended up running 2nd in the Bird on the Wire Stakes in his next start. So I just thought that was a good effort last time. Had some trouble. He even drifts in a little bit here, so that doesn't help him any. I thought he could be, really good today. But, gosh, Tribal Drama has been working so well.
Yeah, and that's why I put him right on top. Tribal Drama is the son of Big Drama, debuting for trainer David Fawkes. David Fawkes trained Big Drama. This one shows, as you mentioned, a series of solid workouts over the track, including that bullet half-mile work on July 19th and 46-3, which was the best time of 75 horses at that distance. Just amazing that 75 horses ran at that distance in the morning and were timed. So this one, 46-3, all the things that point to a good performance in its debut. I understand totally with the 5, Golden Pirate has that experience angle, which is so important with 2-year-olds. And, was green last time out, especially during the stretch. This looked like it was, going in and out. So we got our exact flip-flopped in here. And then you threw in the number 4 in here. And why is that? Tell us why.
That's Donation. He's a son of Hard Spun. Finished 2nd in his career debut. Was only beaten a neck in a $50,000 maiden claimer. He closed very well. I don't consider this to be too much of a step up. And he's got a nice pedigree. The Dam was a stakes winner, and he's a half to a stakes winner.
Well, we got some conflicting stats bats with this next one, and it is number 7, Mr. Shipping, the one I picked. He's been firing bullets across town at Gulfstream Park West in preparation for his career debut for trainer George Navarro. And here's the difference in here. George Navarro is 0 for 5 with first-time starters. He has over 30% in every other category except first-time starters. So this one's going to add Lasix and jockey Eduardo Nunez for this assignment. So working very well over the deeper Gulfstream Park West track, but a barn that doesn't really, have a lot of first-time starters.
Yeah, but this is so exciting, Ron. We are less than a week away from the Florida Sire Stakes, and that's when you want to take a look at a horse like Tribal Drama. He's the only Florida Sire Stakes eligible runner here. Obviously not going to run next weekend. We got 2 more legs of this series down the road, so keep an eye on him.
Yeah, we're just warming up with our first leg, as you mentioned. That's August 8th, next Saturday. In addition to the 4 Sire Stakes, we'll have 4 more stakes, 8 stakes races next Saturday. Mark that down on your calendar. Race number 9, 5.5 furlongs, maiden claimers, 2-year-olds. We have a full field of 11 runners. One note that the number 10 should be noted as originally. We both went with number 3. Haley's here. This one, a recent gelding.
He is. He's going to be debuting as a gelding today. 3rd in his career debut in the slot for trainer Michael Yates. Tyler Gaffleone going to stay aboard. I like the first gelding angle here.
Yeah, I think he's the logical choice there. We have our other 2 horses flip-flop. Number 6, Hard Nut to Crack. Second verse, $50,000 maidens in his career debut. Then comes back, runs a clunker. He's 9th against maiden special weight competition. Last time out, takes an immediate drop to the $25,000 level. Here it is, Wesley Ward. So you got to pay attention. He is the trainer, and he usually spots them where they can win. So I just thought Hard Nut to Crack was a horse you certainly have to pay attention to. But I can understand putting Proud Enough behind Haley's here.
Yeah, I think these are the top 3, really. You could see them in any order. Proud Enough, drop into the maiden claiming ranks. Failed to factor in his career debut. That was in a maiden special weight, but going to get equipped with blinkers today, so maybe that will help him get a little bit more involved.
Yeah, getting all those changes today, trying the different surface and all that for an excellent barn. So we'll see how that works out. Race 10 today, 1 mile and 1/16. Claimants 3 and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, and we're going to scratch the 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So all the alsos are out. I went with the 5, Southern Stroll. You went with the horse I have in second. That's number 9, Trapnell Hall.
Well, Southern Stroll edged Trapnell Hall last time out, but I'm hoping he can turn the tables today. Took the lead at the top of the stretch for trainer David Fox and was outdueled as the favorite. Ended up 3rd, beaten a length and 3/4. That was his very first start against winners. I thought that was a very strong effort that he could build off of.
Yeah, these 2 almost impossible to separate. I actually wrote my analysis today. You got to be thinking exacta box with these 2. Southern Stroll sitting on that winning performance. Followed his 7.5 furlong maiden victory with that well-meant second you were talking about. Beaten 1.5 lengths at this 1 mile in the 16th distance. So these 2 look like the logical horses in there. I threw in the 2 horse in here in 3rd, Street Rage, who's dropping to this level, stretching out to 1 mile in the 16th. He had a little bit of a bumping incident at the start. He finished 5th, but that was against $30,000 condition claimers going 7.5 furlongs. The barn, these are masters of the drop down in here, and they are dropped down in the morning line favorite in here with the number 2 horse, and that is Jesus Rios will be quarterbacking that stretch out in distance today. So dropping down to a spot where he can win.
Absolutely. Frank Calabrese, Michael Petro, they do this successfully all the time. This is one that I definitely am taking a big risk and not including on the ticket.
Yeah, well, you might be doing the right thing there. And, if you can single a horse a little earlier on the card, maybe you throw that horse in. We're talking, of course, in the Rainbow Six or the Pick 5. 11th race, we have the Super High 5, 1 mile claimers, fillies and mares, 3 and up, $6,250. 2 scratches in the race. Scratch the 2. Be mindful and scratch the 4 Dakota Eyes. Please note the 15 will get in and run today. And I wanted to put my house on top. I'll admit it right now. Could not do it because of post 14. So I put it in 3rd, but I can understand wholeheartedly while you have it on top.
Well, talk about difficult to separate. These 3, I went back and forth so many times, and like you mentioned, Ron, the 14 post is just staring at me, but I really like my house. I had to give her the edge anyway. Going to make her first start off the claim for trainer Oscar Gonzalez today. Drew off by 4 3/4 lengths off a 2-month layoff on July 19th and earned a 76 buyer, at least 9 points higher than any other horse in here. Do not love the outside post again, but I thought she could be even better today, second start off the layoff. But she is going to need to break well.
Well, there's a couple of scratches to her inside, so it might help her out a lot. Flash Song, who Katie also has on the ticket, is try and make it 2 in a row. Returned from a 3-month layoff to smash this level of competition. Won it by like 4.5 lengths. Mario Morales, he's 18%, winning back-to-back races. And certainly, it's no secret how, number 6, Secret Memory always runs its races.
And you know what? She wins this race in terms of post position. She draws the 6th here. She was second to My House last time out, but 2 starts back was a 3.5 length winner at the level and distance. And you know what I noticed in her past performances? She has a pattern of winning every other start. She's been through a few cycles of that, and today that means she'd be due for a win.
And one of our favorite trainers in the whole world, George Handy, is going to go with apprentice Harry Hernandez today on number 6, Secret Memory. And if you don't know George Handy, he's a spry 93 years old, I believe.
Spring chicken.
Yeah, here you go. So that's how we see the 11-race card. Oh, did we mention a little later on during the day that we'll run the Haskell Stakes with a horse in it called American Pharaoh?
I might have heard of him before.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day of racing. Stick around all day at beautiful Gulfstream Park.
We'll be here. Good luck.